So this is question 13. It's probably the most difficult by far. If we think about point P, so we want to find gravitational field. We have this gravitational field due to 1, and then we have this gravitational field due to 2. Now to calculate it, we need big G m over r squared. We know the mass. We do need to find r. So we need to think about these. We have this distance is 12.5. This distance is 5. Then we can find out this distance here. This distance is r. So we need to use Pythagorean's theorem to find out what c is. So it's the square root of a squared, so 12.5 plus 5 squared. So that's kind of how we find r for those calculations. Once we do have that, there's two ways that we can solve it. So we can find these angles as well, and we can draw a vector addition. So we have this g, and then we have that g. Our answer is then this side. And now this is not a right triangle. At least I don't think it is. So this would be the G total, would be what happens when we add those two together. So you see, I kept the colors the same. So the green one plus the blue one. And then my answer, you'll see it is just straight down because they should be the exact same strength horizontally. Now the one way that it's probably easiest to do this then is once we have these sides, now you need magnitudes for them, is split them into components. So turn these into right triangles. What is the x component? What is the y component? Same for this bottom one. What is the y component? What is the x component? Now the x components don't matter because they just cancel, right? This one's to the left, this one's to the right. Those x components cancel out. But if we know the y component, well, I just add those two y components together, and those y components should be the same. So whatever the vertical component is for each of these g's, 2 times that will be my total gravitational field strength. So that's kind of how to work through this question. So we first need to find r. We can do that with just analyzing these triangles. We calculate that for both. It should be the same value, just different directions. Find this angle. So we know two sides, right? So I know tangent of that angle is my opposite side, so 5 over my adjacent side, 12.5. That will give me this angle here. And then from that, break it down into components and find out what the y components are. Your total gravitational field strength is 2 times that.